Clancy the Lion presents DTAC. DTAC was established in 1989 as a wireless telecommunication service provider. The company has high brand recognition among Thai people and is the mobile service provider with the largest bandwidth in Thailand. With high transaction rate, the accounts receivable cycle is very significant for DTAC. DTAC's whole company is linked together with many Oracle products to execute the business, and the AR unit is no exception. However, the special thing is that the billing system called CBS provided by Huawei is used for the AR cycle.
When it comes to making decisions, DTAC wants to know whether they should purchase the system or develop one in-house. It turns out that purchasing one is less expensive with shorter implementation time, and develop one in-house is more expensive with longer implementation time. So, DTAC chose to purchase the system.
The old billing system had high maintenance costs in operating and was 80% offline. Moreover, customers nowadays have higher expectation of service. Therefore, DTAC decided to use CBS, which is working 100% online, which allows customers to receive a real-time service, to have broader information support, and the system also uses Java instead of shell script, which is more advanced than the old one.
And how has DTAC implemented the new billing system? The company used the traditional development life cycle method to implement it. First step is investigation. A team consisting of people from different departments, including IT and accounting, was set up to investigate the problems such as high costs and system delays. The team was overseen by top management to ensure that the new system would support organization goals. Second is analysis. It is divided into 3 phases. First, identify the goals of the system. Second, set up a workshop for employees. And last, summarize the information in phase 1 and phase 2 into a report equivalent to final system analysis report. If the top management approve of this report, we will proceed to the next step, system design and specification. In this step, the company decided whether to make a system or just buy it. Here, DTAC chose to buy, and they submitted system specification to many vendors. These vendors gave presentations to DTAC about their systems. Then DTAC evaluated these vendors based on a set of criteria and selected the one with the highest score. Fourth step is to implement the CBS. Direct conversion method was used here. In account receivable unit, prepaid model was converted first and then followed by postpaid model. In the meantime, the training session was arranged for the company users in different areas and levels. After that, the IT personnel tasted the new system to make sure that it would function smoothly as well as to detect any possible problems. The last step is maintenance and review. CBS is monitored continuously on a daily basis, and a strategy is formulated annually in order to develop a plan for the upcoming fiscal year about what and when new changes will occur. This would ensure that the organizational goals are always satisfied.
Now let's have a look at DTAC's billing process in a documentation form. When you use DTAC service, data about that service is sent from the NE to the first component of the billing system, rating. At the same time, data about you is acquired from the customer profile storage and matched with the data about the promotion or usage package that you are using for the promotion storage. The data from these 2 storages is sent to the rating component to use along with the data mentioned earlier from the NE to calculate the rate of service. And after the calculation, the result gets sent to the second component of the billing system, charging, to actually charge you. If you originally had a 50 baht balance and made a call for 3 baht, the charging component would charge you and the balance would now be 47 baht. This data then gets sent to the next storage, Core Detail Record, or we can just call it CDR. A decision is made whether the total services you used have already exceeded the purchased promotion. If no, no problems. If yes, data is sent to notify the NE to stop allowing service to you. The data stored in CDR could also be used for value-added services, such as SMS broadcast based on your location and missed call alerts. Another decision is made about whether you use a prepaid or postpaid service. If you use a prepaid service, nothing happens. If it's postpaid, data gets sent to the third component of the billing system, which is invoicing. The invoicing component uses this data, tax and billing addresses from the customer profile storage, and accounts receivable records from the previous month obtained from the transaction record storage to issue an invoice to you as a customer. Also, this component transfers data to the AR part to notify on debts and automatically debits the AR account and stores the information in the transaction record. On the other hand, when you pay the bills at DTAC counters, DTAC clerks will type in the amount of payment into the system. The payment data gets sent to the AR to credit off the AR account. Data is stored in the same storage, and this data stored in the transaction record storage is then used for following month's invoicing, and the invoice will be sent to you as a customer.
These are the benefits of CBS in comparison with the old billing system. As the capability of telecommunication has dramatically increased in the past few years, the new billing system has been developed to meet the demand. The data are collected in various kinds of usage and with more details, which generate higher quality of information. CBS can also perform additional functions like internet bill payment and auto payment via bank accounts. And there's a potential to add more functions that can be necessary in the future. CBS is a 100% online system, meaning the information is real-time updated. The former system was, however, 80% offline, bringing service problems such as the wait time of half an hour for updating CDR to the system. With CBS, the problems are all solved and the cost of maintenance are reduced.
But the coin has two sides, and so does the system. Here are possible risks in the system. Some already had control, but some didn't. So, we would like to provide several recommendations to mitigate the uncontrolled risks. First is human error. Manual keying is needed at some point in the billing system. For example, when the staff at DTAC Service Center records payment from the customer. This can generate mistakes due to human errors. So, to ensure the accuracy of the data in the account receivable cycle, strict checkpoints were set up at every important process in the cycle. DTAC also have external auditors checking the system every quarter. Next is the miscommunication between DTAC IT personnel and the vendor. As many of the Huawei employees are Chinese who are not fluent in either Thai or English, it is very challenging and time-consuming to fully understand each other's purpose. Sometimes it causes a delay in the maintenance of the system. So, DTAC has tried to mitigate this problem by sending feedbacks to the vendor as well as making improvement plans internally. We also like to recommend DTAC to either hire a permanent translator to help improving the communication or sending the IT staff to a language training course. The third possible risk is security. Since the company is now using the software from an outside vendor instead of internally developing the system, it now has higher risk of exposure of sensitive information because the vendor would know about the structure of the system. Therefore, there might be a chance that an illegal financial scheme might take place. Nevertheless, either the threat is from outside or inside of the organization, the company has mitigated the risk by using authorization to limit access to the confidential information. The next risk is the fast-changing technology. Latest technology today would eventually be surpassed by the new wave of technology. As you can see that over the last 10 years, mobile phones have been used for calling purpose only. But today, they can be used for surfing the internet. Therefore, it is necessary for the company to always be up to date. So, we'd like to recommend DTAC to make a technology roadmap every 2 or 3 years in order to give direction to the development of the system so that it would always be consistent with current organization strategies. The last possible risk is power failure, such as electricity shortage and lost internet connection. Since the technology infrastructure in Thailand is unreliable, the company also accepted that this risk is quite beyond their capabilities to solve. However, there are some measures that are in the scope that the company can do. We suggested that the company should have backup system to be able to resume the operation as soon as possible once the power is back. They should also create contingency plans such as temporary electricity generator to be able to have continuous operation. To summarize, this video shows why DTAC replaced the old billing system with CBS, as well as how the new system has been implemented. The video illustrates the benefit of CBS and future challenges that DTAC has yet to overcome. Our group has also provided several suggestions on how these risks could be effectively dealt with. We hope that this video will provide a better understanding of how accounting information system was adopted by Thai business. Thank you for watching.